spring is on its way. Check that out. You can see them peeking. Hello, it is Amy from Home Sweet Gardens. I had half a day off today and thought I would sneak down to the garden. It's supposed to be about 63 degrees today here in Northwest Missouri, growing zone 6A. I think the weather said it was feels like 58. Either way, it's absolutely gorgeous. Could be out in a t-shirt, I guess, if you are hardy enough. I'm not. I'm fighting a little bit of a sinus thing, so I don't want to get myself sick. Obviously, not the Rona, but anyway. I'm so sick of hearing that. Anyway, so I thought I'd take a quick video and kind of go over what I was doing and what my plans are for preparing to get ready for the season. It's pretty crazy down here, so I'm gonna turn the camera around and get situated, and then we'll go over it, and then I'll probably do some well, I don't know if I'm gonna do any time lapse or not. My gimbal's about dead, but we'll see. All right. Okay, so as you can see, everything's pretty much dead. There are a few things that are still going. My thyme, of course, and oregano are going well. I will be cutting that back. I'm actually going to have to retransplant this because all these brick little containers are going to be going away. My peach trees from last year died. This one wasn't dead yet, but as you can tell in the middle, it was dying. The other one was completely dead. So we cut them down, and I'm going to build some new boxes through here. So I've got to get rid of these planters, these brick planters. This is my my Brussels sprouts from last spring. I know you should clean up your garden in the spring, or no, at the fall. I don't. I leave them all, and then in spring I come out and I clean it all up. Isn't that that's just sad looking? Can you believe though there's still some green on it? That is crazy. Anyway, my chives I will have to repot, and as you can see they're starting to come back up. But they transplant really well, so I'm not worried about them. That's the only thing, and the thyme and the oregano. But again, those should transplant rather well too. And they're actually getting too big for those containers, so it's probably a good thing anyway. I'm going to get some new. These here are just black buckets, or the cattle. They have cattle minerals in them, and you can get them from the farmers. And I just painted them, and the paint's kind of flaked off. And I was going to redo it, but I kind of like it. It kind of looks like it's like a cow print or something. But anyway, I'm going to get a couple more of those. And that's probably where I'm going to put my thyme and oregano and my chives. Good spot for them. The strawberries, they haven't quite bounced back yet. They should. They're not doing too bad. We had about a week and a half of really, really god-awful blistering cold. So they may not come back this year like they've always done, but time will only tell. I've got some onions and some garlic that I planted last fall that are coming up. They lived through it. This is my cord to my greenhouse. I have to run an extension cord because it's not heated. Started the seeds indoors. If you saw those videos, I did too. Now I'll show you where they're at, kind of an update on them. My 5 or so little flowers, these are actually gardenia. No, why do I always say it wrong? I'll put the word on the screen. I can't remember, and then it starts with G. Geez, I'm old. Okay. And my catnip that I saved from my cat. And then of course I got some parsley and some other herbs, tarragon, I think. And then I've got kale, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, and cauliflower. And this is what I started indoors in these little seed trays here, and they're grow lights. And then I've brought them out here, and I've transplanted them once, obviously, from here to here. And they're doing really well. They're about to the point to where they can be put outside. I'm going to start hardening them off and then getting them out there. We're not supposed to have any really, really cold weather again for at least a week. So I'm hoping to get them out and acclimated at least before we get any more cold weather, because they are frost hardy and they can handle a little bit. Right now I am pulling up okra. Good night. If you've never grown okra before, there's different kinds. This is the tall kind, as you can tell. And I didn't pull it out because, again, I don't pull anything out of the beds. I leave it all winter. Anyway, I'm having to literally dig. And if you look, this is the root system from this okra. So if you're going to grow okra, I highly suggest not putting it in an above ground bed, because I'm having to dig. Some maintenance wise, these beds have been in here for 4 or 5 years, I think. This bed up here has been there for 7, 9 years, something like that. As you can see, the boards are completely busted out. We didn't use treated because the chemicals in it. We just used regular boards that I had painted. I first stained them like a clear, then I painted them the gray color. And each year I would dig down and paint down below the dirt a little bit. And so now obviously we're going to have to replace these boards because I'm losing a lot of my soil out there. So that's going to be the biggest project. Well, there's several. Replacing boards on many of the boxes, doing some repainting. I'm going to be building 2 large boxes here with more trellis, and then out there I'm going to be putting in ground, no-till. I'm going to put down the black tarp, put the holes, put the plants in directly into the dirt, whatnot, and be doing my squash, zucchini, and that stuff out here. And I'm going to attempt to grow corn. So, and I've got my pallet of soil that I bought from Walmart on sale. So that is the plan. Just waiting for the weather to cooperate. If you don't have one, you should get yourself a soil thermometer. I don't know where I got this. I want to say I got it at I could have gotten it at Amazon or Orson's or Walmart, any of your gardening places you can get it. I don't know if I can get this thing to focus or not. But anyway, there we go. So I put this in the ground yesterday. So according to this, and I don't know how 100% accurate it is. I'm sure it's not 100%, but according to this, the soil in that garden bed is about 60 degrees. That's why I can plant a lot earlier than a lot of people can in ground, because the soil in the ground is colder still, whereas the beds, because it's up top, it'll warm up sooner. And so I can start putting my brassicas in the ground. Good tool to have, and not very expensive. flat hoe. It's called Rogue. And I got it at a garden center. I like it because it's flat. So you can go, and it's sharp all three edges. So you can go any direction, and it cuts the weeds off. Got it last year. Now if you notice, I didn't take some of the sticks and the bigger chunks of vegetable matter and whatnot out of those beds. We've got a truck coming here in a second. There's no need to have just bare dirt. In fact, you don't want bare dirt because then the soil splashes back up underneath the bottom of your leaves when it rains, and that can cause problems and disease. And then also it can help promote weeds to grow when the soil is bare. So you're better off to leave vegetation. Eventually all that stuff will go in there and break up and become good food for your plants. So I used to get really worried about it, and I wanted to look all pretty and perfect. And then I got to the point where I realized nature is not perfect, and sometimes it's not very pretty. So leave your leaves in there. Leave the dead, broken branches from your old plants as long as they weren't diseased. You know, if you had mildew or some type of disease or something, yeah, you need to get them and everything you can out of there. But there's still some roots from the okra that's in the beds. I don't care. Leave them there because that's where the worms are wrapping around. That's all going to be good organic matter. As long as I can get in there just enough to plop a seed in there or a little bit to be able to put my plant in, I don't need to mess with it. I'm going to plant some Baker Creek Heirloom Pink Beauty radish seeds. So it's going to be Pink Beauty. I'm going to be planting my watermelon and squash and all those kinds of things, and I'm going to vine up through here close, so that's why I'm not going too close right there. But they won't go out for quite a while. Chances are these may be done by then. If not done, then close to. So I'm just digging a little trench to put the seeds in. I always open the bottom of the seed packet because then when I fold it, I can still see it what it was. And sometimes they have dates stamped on the bottom or the top. So if you tear off the bottom, then the top has the date, then I can see that. If you tear off the top part, you lose all that. I will put these in one of my bags. If you're curious about the bags, if you go to my seed saving video that I've done, I have links in the description down below the video of the exact type and how much went out, well, how much they were when I bought them anyway, from Amazon. You notice I stepped in the bed. I used to freak out. Oh, can't step in the garden bed. You're gonna compact the soil. Really, I mean, I don't make it a habit. I don't go in there, go dancing on it or nothing. But if I need to step in there, I step in there. It doesn't really do a whole lot. if you have good soil, you can walk on it and it won't destroy it.